Hello everyone, this is my next knife review. This is going to be on the Benchmade Pika 2. That's the Benchmade model 10402. This is one of their red class knives, and I have to say, if you're familiar with my videos and you saw the video where I showed all the new knives I got, out of all those knives, this is not the very best knife there, but this is definitely the very best bargain knife. This is by far the best knife, okay, in that whole group for the money. This was, I believe, around the same price as the bird knives. I like this knife even more than both of the bird knives. I would take this over both of them put together. This is just a really, really excellent bargain. I have to say, again, I can't say it enough, the very best knife, okay, that I've gotten for this price. I'll go over, of course, all the features and stuff in this video. First thing I want to talk about is the steel. Okay. Now, in my other video that I talked about the bird knives, I had mentioned that the bird line, for the most part, has 8 CR14 MOV steel. Okay. And I didn't really know much about it, but after reading up on this knife at Benchmade's website, Benchmade has a whole page on different blade steels, and basically a quick little blurb about them and what's what. And I learned that the 8 CR14 MOV is actually a Chinese-made steel, and it's almost the exact same properties as AUS 8. Okay, only it's made in China and at a more affordable price. So that's why it's preferred. Now this knife is has a blade steel in the same family, but it's actually one up on that. It's the 9CR13 CO MOV. I know that sounds like a whole, it's a big mouthful, a lot to remember, but 9CR13 CO MOV. Now what I've learned is that that blade steel is almost the same as the 8CR14 MOV. Difference being that there's higher levels of cobalt. Okay, and cobalt is used in blade steels to make the edge retention a little better, as well as give it a better corrosion resistance. So this blade steel will hold an edge just a little bit better than the bird knives will, and again at the same price. Of course, the performance is going to be a little minute. You're not going to be really able to tell. I would say the average person wouldn't be able to tell. It's not a huge difference, but there is a difference there. What's awesome about this knife in particular is that this one has the now I originally thought they were FRN handles. Benchmade's website does not specifically say FRN. They just mention that it's glass filled nylon, okay, the handle material, which I would imagine is very similar, if not the same. But what's cool is they just like the Spyderco Endura and Delica 4s, they actually reinforced this hard plastic handle with stainless steel inside. Okay, and again, you're not going to probably pick that up on video here, but there is almost identical. You have stainless steel kind of nested inside these handle scales, and of course the stainless itself is drilled out a little bit to lighten the weight. The weight of this knife is only 3.88 ounces. It feels really solid, but it's not that heavy of a knife. I couldn't be any more impressed with this, to be honest. I mean, I definitely have to recommend you guys going out and getting these. Wherever you can find them, stock up on them now. This is an excellent knife. Very solid lockup, no blade play, any direction whatsoever. You have black hardware on here, okay, to match in with the handles. Kind of hard to see. But on the front side, they use the back of the screws for presentation almost, which I really like. And then on the reverse, on the left side, you have the actual, the screw tops where you can, adjust them and take them out. Pivot screw is adjustable. Pocket clip on this is reversible all 4 positions, which is great. Someone who goes by the name Nut and Fancy, he does awesome knife reviews as well. He had mentioned in one of his videos, he doesn't understand why more companies don't just give you different options on where you can put your clip. I mean, how much does it cost to, like he said, tap a couple holes and, and get them ready so that you can swap your clip all around the knife. And this one does have a position for all 4. Excuse me. You can put the pocket clip in all 4 positions, being tip up, tip down, or left or right hand carry. So that's awesome. The grip on this is very nice. It's a 3D kind of cutout grip. Maybe hard to see here, but then of course they incorporated the Benchmade logo towards the butt end. You have a nice lanyard hole on the end of the knife as well. This comes very sharp, nice blade style. They use the round hole here. I believe I mentioned it in one of my other videos. I'm not sure the order of how I'm going to post this. But there was a little bit of a feud for a while where Benchmade was using, I believe the first knife they used this round hole on was the Benchmade Vex. And someone had mentioned on the forums, hey, they're stealing Spyderco's hole. And of course there was a little feud going on, and I believe eventually everyone found out that there was a court case, and Spyderco did bring Benchmade to court, I believe, and they lost the case. You can't patent the actual hole itself as an opening mechanism. So Benchmade does use that on some of their cheaper line, and a lot of people prefer that for opening and closing. It's good. I would say it's probably better than a thumb stud in the case where you're wearing gloves. Okay, oversized gloves, it's easier to kind of catch that. Even like I said, wearing gloves. If you're using this, I guess in the winter time, something like that. But it's cool. I actually prefer thumb stud, but I have no problem with this whatsoever. Let's see, what else can I say about this? Besides it being extremely affordable, extremely strong, and very sharp, what else is there to say? I can give you some specs on it. The blade is 3.5 inches long. The handle is 4.82 inches long, or that would be the closed position, 4.82 inches. And then overall open, it's 8.32 inches. Excuse me. So it's I would say medium to larger size pocket knife. Pocket clip's great on this. Actually, before I show you that, let me show you. They have jimping or grooves right from the very base of where the lockback is. Okay, the locking mechanism, which gives you great grip on that, all the way up to the base here where you would normally rest your thumb. So depending on how you're going to hold this, you got a lot of grip going on, all up and down the spine here. So really nice. Pocket clip itself, it's a very thin skeletonized type pocket clip. Because they have a large cutout here, it makes this very easy to flex open, which in return makes it very easy to slip in and out of your pocket. Although it's not so loose and sloppy that it's going to fall out on you. It's actually a really nice design. You would think it's almost too thin where it's going to be fragile up top here, but I really no problem whatsoever. I love this knife. I got this from New Graham, like I said, around the same price as the Bird line. Let me get those fingerprints off for you. I believe $25, $26, somewhere around there. Definitely a great bargain. This one happens to say first production on the blade. If you're not familiar with that, a lot of times when they start different knife models, they'll make a prototype and they'll mark the blades up. Okay, and it's really for collectability. Some people happen to collect the prototypes and the first productions, pre-productions, stuff like that. Basically, all that means is once they made the prototypes and said, yeah, this knife is good, we're going to sell that. They started mass producing them, and this was basically the first production. This was part of the first run they actually made. They'll go through several runs of these, and I don't know exact numbers, but they might make like 500 or 1,000 at a time. This happened to be part of the original batch. That's basically all that means. Like I said, it just has to do with collectability for the most part. Ergonomics on this are fantastic. You have the cutout here for your first two fingers, and then kind of a separate cutout for your ring, and then of course this flares out here for your pinky. Very comfortable, fits right in your hand very nicely. Would like to quickly point out, yeah, I have a cut on my finger here. Ironically, even though I've been playing with knives for the last couple of days, all day long, it's actually not from a knife, it's a paper cut. So how ironic is that, right? I got a paper cut. Anyway, this is a fantastic bargain, fantastic knife. In fact, I really want to keep this one, but someone already jumped on me and gave me an offer on a trade, and this would be the the deal breaker. They want this one, and I don't want to give it up, but if I do give it up for the trade, I'm definitely going to have to buy another one. I like it that much. Awesome knife. You guys got to try this one. Alright, well, that's my review. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.